Howdy neighbors, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Christopher Henry, and today, after numerous requests, actually nobody really requested, well maybe some people did, we're going to be gleaning the glissando here today. It's the sound that sounds like this. Okay. All right, so what is a glissando? It means you're just kind of like, passing through the notes, kind of sliding around a little bit here today. This is an advanced lesson. I haven't actually done an advanced lesson besides all the many note-for-note videos with Monroe. So if you haven't got your Mary Had Little Lambs and Twinkle Twinkle Little Stars all iterated properly with 30-second notes and all like that, this might be a little bit hard. It might be challenging. But for the folks that want a little something more challenging, here we go, okay? So we're gonna be looking at this as a turn from a 5 chord to a 1 chord. In this case, we're in the key of A. So this is a nice place we can use this in Daybreak and Dixie, okay? On the B part where it goes, this is what we're going to do instead. All right, I was going to call it the scalar glissando because that's kind of what it is, but my wife at church said it was cooler just to call it gleaning the glissando, okay? So we might edit that part out. We might just keep it because I have a little humor in here today. Anyway, so it kind of starts off with this scale from the 1st fret of the G string, and we're going to be going a little bit faster than we usually do for the beginning and intermediate videos to see if we can hold on here, okay? So the scale is going to sound like this. Okay, calling the notes out. 1, 2, 4, open D, 2. You're gonna do a little kind of glissando or slide from 2 to 4 with your middle finger. So it starts with the 1st finger, and then slide from 2 to 4. It's all down and up, down, open D, upstroke. Then 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. All right, that's your first little section. 1 E and a 2 E and open A, upstroke. All right, 1 E and a 2 E and A. Here's a 3rd beat. 3 E and A, 4 E and A, 1. That's your first glissando from 5 to 9 there. All right, so we have the first bit up the open A. 1 E and a 2 E and A. Then 2, 4, 5, oh, 2, 4, 5. Just slide with your ring finger up to the 7th fret. 7th fret there, and then end on the 9th fret. And that's where we're going to glissando down to the open E string. All right, let's see if we can get all that. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. And it'll be a little challenging to get this little bit. But you can practice that glissando from 5 to 9 with your ring finger coming up from the 2nd fret, all right? So what you're really going for is, but your slide from 5 to 9 is going to do the glissando thing. Whoops. Takes a little practice. So you're kind of aiming for that 9th fret there. So that's your ascending scale and glissando. We just make up terms here. So the back half sounds like this. All right, so you're coming down from the 9th fret to the open E through the 2nd fret. So 9, 7, 5. That's down, up, down, down, up, down. Slide back. It's going to be glissando to the open E through the 2nd fret. All right. 1 E and a 2. From there, it's kind of scalar back down. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. Straight down the A scale. 5, 4, 2 open on the A string. Straight down the scale, 6, 4, 2, and then we'll use the open D, all right? Then down to your 4th fret, we won't play the 6th fret. 4th fret, 4, 2, 1, and how we'll finger that will be like this. Middle finger on the 4th fret, upstroke, all right? And you'll kind of do a glissando from 4, 3, 2. But before we do, please like and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that little bell there from the notifications, and you'll get all the good stuff from Noya Mountain Music. Thank you. And please consider becoming a patron on patreon.com/Noya Mountain Music. With your middle finger, and then hit your downbeat to do it again on your 1st fret of the G with your 1st finger. All right. Also has a pointer. All right, so you can practice that. All right, the tough part maybe is the glissando at the end and the beginning. Practice that. You can practice that as a little practice there. And the whole thing. Getting a little bit of that 6th fret in there too. So that's an option. So you can play the 6th fret. I said you can skip it earlier. You can skip it. And just do the glissando from 4 to 2. Or you can use the 6th fret. How would that work? So it'd be like you play your 6th fret and then get 4, 2, 1. I know we're going fast, but this is an advanced lesson. Or either one works, okay? So you could play that 3 times in a row. To get back into your 4, 5, 1. All right, so the last time. So instead of going or, you gotta walk it back up the D string. 6, 4, 6, open D. This is where you're 4, 4, 5, 5, 1, 1, 1. You know? So you do your glissando down. 6, 4, 6, open D. That's your D, D, E, E, A. So whatever your ending like that there is, you know, for Daybreak and Dixie, the melody. Okay, so that is a nice scalar glissando for a 5 to 1 change. All right, tail piece is a little buzzy here. That's okay. All right, so could you use this in other applications? Sure. It's a lick, you know, so you can do it in like, you know, Blue Ridge Cabin Home. It's not super melody-y, but if you want a cool lick there, it works. You could like take out the last glissando and just kind of wind it back to the open A. Usually we go to the open E there, but you could hook it around to the 2nd fret of the E, the F sharp. Walk it back down the scale. All right, that works there. Okay, so another cool glissando that you can do in Daybreak and Dixie, which is even more advanced, sounds like this. A lot of times I like to do this for the 3rd time you play this. 2, 3. All right, how does this work? So this is going to be doing a big glissando up to the 14th fret of the E. All right, that's what you're aiming for. So the glissando. So instead of going up to the 9th fret, you're going to go from the 2nd fret to the 14th fret. I'll explain all this. Well, I guess you go from the 5th fret of the E. It's kind of what you're aiming for. 2, 4, 5, 9, 14. Takes a little practice. But it's kind of cool because like your hand kind of hits the heel at the 14th fret, 12th fret, excuse me. So if you're kind of aiming to hit that heel with this part of your hand, the bottom of your wrist there on the underside palm, then that'll kind of set you up pretty good to hit that 14th fret. It's kind of like where your finger goes, which is a good like cueing place. How does this work? All right. That's your first part you want to get. 14, 14, 12, 9. Across the A string. 14, 12, 9. And then slide your first finger back to the 7th fret. All right. You can also glissando from the 12th fret to the 9th fret. And then you'll hit the 11th fret of the D, and then the 9th fret of the D, and slide that all the way down to the 2nd fret, through the 9th fret with an upstroke. And so it's like, so you can practice that. That glissando from the 9th fret of the D to the 2nd fret. So those are your anchors. This is how you do the glissando thing. Gleaning the glissando as we glean the leaf blower out there or whatever it is. All right. And when you get to that 2nd fret, you do the same thing you did before, or something like that. So 2nd fret open, 4th fret down to the 2nd fret, and then hit your anchor there for the last time. So you can practice that. All right, so the whole thing, you know, you do the first one 2 times. This is the 3rd time. You go high, 14th fret. Just like that. And if you practice it for, 20 years, like that religiously, you get some fluidity. It's tough. It's hard. I wanted to learn how to play the mandolin fast because I thought that was the coolest thing. And it kind of is sometimes, at least when you're a young person, subjectively it can be. Then I had to learn to play good, and I'm still learning to play good. So I could play fast before I could play like really good. Still working on the really good part. But I can play pretty fast, and that helps out with your speed if you're doing like, your folded scales, all that stuff. You know the deal. Tag it with an arpeggio in G, A, and G sharp. That's the hard. So that's how you get the speed going with your right hand, and it's also on your tremolo. All that stuff. That's the motor. You kind of pulse on the like the every other quarter note. Could you do this for like Blue Ridge Cabin Home? The high one. You sure could. It's a lot of fun. And you get into this stuff. Slidey glissandos. Slidey arpeggios. All that kind of stuff is just fun. Slide around. No, slide. Pick a note high, pick another note low, and aim for that. Just kind of the ones that go in between, they just blur together. Just kind of getting the feel for it. And if you aim for that open E. One E into 2 E into 3. It's good fun. The sound. So on and so forth. Okay, hope you've enjoyed this here, neighbors. Don't make the video too long. If you like the content, this is the first advanced video I've done, like I said in the beginning, usually do beginner and intermediate stuff. If you like this kind of content, please let me know. I don't know how many folks that are more advanced are watching the channel, so it's good to check a little bit here. Oh, Bubba gets excited when he talks about that kind of question. All right. So if you like the content, please like and subscribe and hit the little bell for notifications. That helps with the algorithm. And then if you would like to support the channel, please go to patreon.com/Noya Mountain Music and consider being a Noya Mountain Music Patreon supporter. That's really the engine that's driving all this content that's coming out. And I love to hear feedback from people that are connecting with what's going on. Love to know that the joy of the music and the sliding glissandos and all this kind of stuff is spreading, because I've been doing it for a long time and I sure enjoy it. Even to this day, it's fun. And you can do it your way. And that's how the world goes round, or one way that the world goes round. So appreciate you as always. Lots of love from Charlotte, and we'll see you on the next one.